Okay, so feel free to wiggle, shift, do anything you need to do. And before we go into our fire breath to sort of activate this full moon fire chakra yoga nidra, just again, notice if you need to do any movement. And even as we do the breath of fire, which I'll offer a little more information on, you can move, you can shift. Again, if this breath doesn't feel comfortable for your body today, you can just focus on breathing in and out through the belly and just moving the body and kind of warming it up, because we are in the realm of fire, the heat, the purification, the transformation. So for breath of fire, you can sit comfortably, you can sit up on the heels, you can sit in bed, you can do whatever you need to do to ground. And breath of fire is focused in the solar plexus. So the Manipura chakra, the third chakra, is the solar plexus. So it's this region between the ribs and the pelvis, essentially. So it's our digestive organs. It is the pancreas and the spleen. And this is where we want this breath to come from. It is the muscles of the mid back. It is the abdominal, sort of some of the primary core muscles. And so when we do breath of fire, we're essentially kind of pumping from the low belly. The exhale is sort of snapping back into the belly, and the inhale is happening naturally. So it's not up here, it's not a hyperventilating breath. It's not like, right? Like that's the opposite of what we want. We want this kind of deep belly breath. And so if you're new to breath of fire, you can always do it with the tongue extended. That's actually what I just taught that breath like that in the kids class I just taught. So you can always bring your hands down. So it would look like this. So again, it's not up here, it's down here. And then you can try that same thing with the mouth closed, as though you were trying to blow out a candle with the nostril. So then it looks like this. And it does not have to be super fast. I actually do it much slower because otherwise it can get to be a little too much. But go ahead and just kind of take a clearing breath. Give yourself a nice little shake. Find a comfortable position with your hands. You can even rest them at the solar plexus, so you ensure that is where you're breathing from. Let's take a big breath together. Sigh it out. And then either beginning breath of fire or just your own deep belly breath. Keep going. And again, while you're doing this, if you want to rock a little bit or circle, and just again, allow that Agni, that tapas, that heat to start to move through the body. So you can keep it going a little bit longer. And then when I say, we're going to exhale everything out and hold it out. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Squeeze your belly. Exhale, squeeze your belly. Exhale, exhale. And then inhale, fill yourself up. If you can, lock the pelvic floor and the low belly. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Fill yourself all the way up. Hold the breath at the top. And then sigh it out, let yourself soften. And then go ahead and make your way into relaxation. So you can lie on the mat with a bolster or pillow under your knees, support under your head. You can lie on your side or take a restorative yoga shape. My request is that you move into a position that you will be able to stay comfortable in for, 30, 35 minutes. If that's not possible, then just adjust and relax again. Please make sure you will stay warm. Hopefully that breath of fire started to circulate the Agni, the heat in the body. And a lot of times that's an energizing breath. It's kind of interesting to do it before Yoga Nidra. One of my teachers did that a while ago, and I actually it was really good. It actually kept me more alert in the practice. So again, it's always experimenting, tuning into Manipura, tuning into this fire full moon. So let yourself just settle to the earth. Feel the back body sinking down, your front body open and expansive. Take a few conscious breaths, just slow, steady, but keep the focus at your belly. So inhale, the belly rises like a balloon. And as you exhale, the belly hugs towards spine. And as you do that, you might imagine at your solar plexus a light, a flame, some kind of connection to fire or Surya, the sun. And so as you feel into that, and maybe you just imagine a candle lit in your solar plexus, or sometimes I even think of like a solar panel or the sun itself. But just as you start to relax your body, gather your breath, gather your attention at the area of your solar plexus. And as you breathe and focus in this fire, this Agni, this shining jewel in your body, let everything else go. Let that warmth, as you inhale, expand through the body. And then as you exhale, it kind of burns away anything we don't need. And so that's the yoga of the Manipura chakra. It animates us, it inspires, it initiates. It's our right to act. It is our confidence and our will, our power. And at the same time, it can burn away toxicity. It can burn away outdated system. It can burn away the ego drives that are no longer useful. And so as you inhale, we radiate this warmth and light. And as we exhale, we allow fire to do what fire does. And just let yourself gather, call yourself in around this flame in the way we would gather around a bonfire. Again, attracted to the light, attracted to the heat and the warmth. As this practice of Yoga Nidra for the fire full moon and the Manipura chakra begins now. As you bring yourself more intentionally into the solar plexus, gathering in your senses. And the senses all turn inward. Sound of my voice, all the other sounds merge and soften around my voice. The sound of the drum. You allow your physical body to relax, noticing the temperature, noticing the support. There's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. So we call in sound, we call in touch. We call in smell and taste, relaxing the mouth, the nostrils. And we allow the inner vision to call in as well. So as you relax your eyes, let your eyes sink into their sockets. Begin to feel the pulse at the space between the eyebrows. This is the Chittakash. And there is a connection between our vision and our perception and our action. Because for the third chakra, it is the sense of sight that often stimulates action. We see something, so we want it, so we act. For this practice, we want to draw that inner sight into the journey. We want to soften our vision and come into the true power and instinct of the gut, of the belly. Because it is very easy for our vision to be obscured and overstimulated in the shining, flashing, fast-moving world. And as we settle into this pause of the full moon, for the full moon is like the top of the breath, the top of the in-breath, where we feel the most power and potency and life force. So we turn into that inner light, we pause in those inner fires to recalibrate, to reset, to purify our action, our intention, our will, our power. So soften that space between the eyebrows, giving that inner vision an opportunity to rest and feel that fire from the solar plexus moving up into the third eye. And as it moves up, it lights up the heart and the throat, up into the third eye. So we feel this fire already linking through our body. And as you feel the warm kiss of light at the third eye center, we offer our full moon intention. as though you were gazing down at the fires of the belly from your third eye, as though you were offering something to the flames. Let that be the energy with which you offer your intention. The Sankalpa is a short, positive statement spoken in present tense for you. And in this fire, it may be something like, I am purified. I have the right to act. I trust my power. I trust my will. Anything that is connected to your confidence, validity. I am confident. I am valid. I am worthy. Offer this intention from the third eye to the flames of the belly. Or maybe it's a feeling of confidence, will, and power. Feel into that and offer it to the flames. Say it or feel it at least 3 times, again, as though you were tossing into fire to be transformed, to be activated. And then let it go and settle back. Settle back into your body, settle back into the earth, settle back into the purification of the Manipura chakra. And so as you feel that heat in the solar plexus, as it rises, it begins to again connect your heart, your throat, your third eye. And as we feel the light of the third eye, we start to notice this energy, this heat, this warmth. And we want to move this heat and this energy and this warmth through our body. We want to activate vital, rich heart points. We want to create a web of light through our body to support us and hold us as we burn away the outdated information. And so we again move from the third eye into the heart, into this space between solar plexus and third eye. And as the fire feeds into your heart, the heart being connected to this current astrology, this current full moon, feel into the fire of the heart. Notice how this fire feels different, is different than the light of the third eye, the light of the solar plexus, how it is fed from the fires of the solar plexus, and then again can extend into the higher energy points. And as you breathe into your heart, the flames of your heart, you begin to move this energy through the body. From the heart, send that light back up into your third eye, and then back to your heart. And then send it to your right temple, and then back to your heart. To your right facial cheek, and back to your heart. To your right shoulder, and back to your heart. To the outside of the right ribs, and back to your heart. To the center of the right thigh, and back to your heart. To your right ankle, and back to your heart. Feel this warmth and light pulsing through these fiery web lines of the right side of the body. From the heart to the third eye, to the right temple, right cheek, right shoulder, right ribs, right thigh, right ankle, feeding back into the fires of the heart, and then down into the left ankle, back to the heart, into the left thigh, back to the heart, the outer left ribs, back to the heart, the left shoulder, back to the heart, the left facial cheek, back to the heart, left temple, back to the heart, from the heart to the midbrain. So directly behind that third eye, at the height of the ears, the home of the pineal and pituitary gland. The fire moves up into the midbrain before it sends back into the heart. Again, feeling these sides of the left body, the parts of the left side lit up with warmth and heat. The left ankle, the left thigh, left ribs, left shoulder, left facial cheek, left temple, the midbrain, back to the heart being fed from the solar plexus as you inhale and the entire body lights up with these fiery web lines. As you inhale, this warmth and heat, confidence and purity extends out, and then it gathers back into the heart where it is fed back into the solar plexus. So you feel the connection between the solar plexus, the heart, and the whole body. Again, from the heart to the third eye, to the right temple, right cheek, right shoulder, right ribs, right thigh, right ankle, left thigh, left ribs, left shoulder, left cheek, left temple, the midbrain. Back to the heart. And as you inhale, the warmth and light and heat expands through this whole web, emanating into the rest of the body, down your arms and your hands, down your legs and feet, up through the crown of the head. As you inhale, the whole body receives these nourishing, powerful flames. And as you exhale, it gathers back to source, heart, into solar plexus. And as you breathe, just feel this pulsation, the expansion of light and heat and power and possibility as you inhale and send that energy through this web. And on the exhale, you gather it back into your heart and down into your solar plexus. And you just allow yourself to be rocked by this pulsation, this expansion and contraction of heat and light, fed from the fire of the belly into the heart and through all these potent pathways of the body. You inhale and the light expands and fills. And as you exhale, it intensifies and contracts. You allow this expansion and contraction, this pulsation and processing of fire through the body. As it expands, it grows bright and wide, like the light from the full moon herself. And then again, it gathers back in, bringing that fire down to its source. And just stay with this a little bit longer, allowing this purification blessing of life force and intent, clearing the neural pathways between the body and the brain, activating the meridian lines, expansion of light and heat, contraction of intensity and depth. And the body will continue, this fire will continue to move through your body. Your effortless breath will continue this organic pulsation. And allow yourself to gather your attention back down into the seat of the Agni, into the root of the fire, into the solar plexus. And as you feel into your solar plexus, knowing it is still connected to the heart, the third eye, and the whole body, we call our intention here to purify the mental and emotional realms, to transform the imbalances and the stagnant energy of the emotional and mental realities. So I'm going to ask you to experience opposites. And as you experience it, feel it with all of the passion and intensity that is available in your solar plexus. There's no need to attach a story or a judgment, but this is the chakra of action. This is the chakra of heat and passion and courage. So feeling into your solar plexus, just call in heat. Call in the experience of heat. Can you activate heat through your body more than you have? What is the felt sense of heat? Hot. And then let that heat move through the system. And what about its opposite? What happens when we suddenly run cold? We suddenly are experiencing the icy coldness. Feel cold in your solar plexus. What is it like to feel cold, icy, frozen? And let that cold be burned off by the heat of the body and the breath. Again, gathering yourself into the warmth of the solar plexus and call in the felt sense of doubt. Doubt. What happens when you doubt yourself? How do you feel doubt in your belly? Where is doubt? Let doubt be burned off and ask to feel confident. What is confidence like from your gut? Confidence in your belly. How does confidence radiate through your body? Confident. And then let that go through the meridians of light and heat, feeling into the solar plexus, and call in shame. What happens when shame enters your belly? What is shame like in your body? No attachment, no story, just the felt sense of shame. Shame is you are not good enough. Shame is someone or something telling you there is something wrong with you inherently. No attachment, no story. We allow that shame to be felt and sensed. And then we allow it to be burned away by devotion. Devotion. The devotion of what we are passionate towards, what we are committed to. Devotion. The fierce devotion burns away the outsider shame. The shame inflicted from elsewhere, our devotion, our passion. Let that move through your circulation, your circuitry, burning out that old shame and replacing it with your passionate, fierce devotion. And then let all of that go. And bring in restless. Restless. What happens in your body when you are feeling restless? When you need to move and you can't move? Restless. Restless. And then allow that restlessness to be burned off by playful. Feel into playfulness. How does this transform into playful? Playfulness. Replacing restless with playful. Letting that sense of play move through your belly, move through your body, and then again, burning out anything that does not belong there, feeling into the fire and the heat of your solar plexus. And as you drop more into the solar plexus, having purified the mental and emotional realms, can you feel into your power? What happens when I call in power? Because power can be both an imbalance and an activation. When you first sense power in your belly, how did that feel? Was it a positive experience? Was it a negative experience? What does power feel like in your belly? How can we use the fires of the belly to transmute into right relationship with power? Power that is based in playfulness and devotion, warmth, confidence, power with ourselves and others. How do we have a healthy relationship with the power in our belly? Drop into the fire of power in your belly. Allow it to take on a form that you can see. What does power in your belly look like? How do the flames transform to become the symbol of power, the image of power, the color of power? Allow power to be something you can see and sense and feel, and that you can transform. As we activate the wise, intuitive realms, you have the power to change your dynamic with power. What is the symbol of power in your belly? And what do you want it to be? How do you want to feel about power, yours or others? How do you want to transform the meaning of power, the expression of power, the distribution of power? And it starts right here in your belly, in your body. Allow power to take on a visual shape in your solar plexus. Becoming right relationship with power for you today under this almost full moon. Offer your image of power. And as this image morphs and shifts, this image becomes you, you become this image. Again, standing before the fire, dancing before the fire, pure power, pure embodied, devotional, playful, confident power. How do you move in front of the fire as power? Is there a dance? Is there a seat? How do you move as power before the flames of transformation? And as you move as power before the fire, before the flames, the full moon shines bright. And there's so much light between your power and the flames of the fire and the light of the full moon, bathed in light. And as you allow the light of the full moon and the heat of the fire and the energy of your power, you again feel yourself melting away, burning away anything that is no longer yours. Offering to the fire, burning into the fire, anything that keeps you from standing in your power, from moving and acting from your power, from respecting your power and the unique individual expressions of power in others. As you become more and more enlivened by the full moon, by the flames, by the felt lived experience of power that you are becoming, that is always you. For it was this power that gave us life force. It is this power that brings the soul into the body, that continues to allow us to grow and change and evolve and awaken. What is holding you back from stepping into your power with courage and confidence and devotion, with commitment? Offer that to the flames. Sing it, speak it, howl it under the full moon. Let everything go into the fire, into the light. That is no longer yours. That is old ego identity, outdated systems and structures. Power is never meant to be held over anyone. Like the full moon, it shines on all of us. Third chakra is will, individual will. I have the right to act, but to act with intention and compassion. As you embody your power before the flames and before the full moon, you allow yourself to become still and receptive, knowing that even if you do nothing, but offer yourself as you are, and that you will be blessed by the full moon, by the flames, that this power that has been activated and initiated will continue to work through you, becoming more you, remembering your power, your action, your devotion, your play. And as you allow yourself to be receptive to this purification, you see between the moon and the flames a powerful symbol different from your own. You see a gold and yellow circle with 10 orange petals wrapped around it. In the center, an inverted red triangle. And as you allow your vision to soften and dance between flames, full moon, and this golden yellow circle with 10 orange petals and an inverted red triangle. This is the yantra, the sacred image of the Manipura chakra. And it begins to imprint on both the full moon, the flames, and down into your solar plexus, adding its power and its potential to the symbol of your own power and potential. And as you receive this symbol in your body, as you observe it in the moon and the fire, all of that light begins to merge. The energy and symbol of your own power, the flames, the full moon, they all gather into this golden yellow circle with 10 orange petals and an inverted red triangle right at your solar plexus. All the fires merge down into this golden circle, 10 red petals, inverted red triangle. As you focus your inner sight, your inner touch on this yantra at your solar plexus that contains all of the light, all of the heat, all of the warmth of this practice, of this process, of this continuing purification and initiation. You feel it pulsing at your solar plexus, having gathered and stored all of this potential, all of this power into this simple lotus. Golden circle, 10 orange petals, inverted red triangle. And as all you see, all you feel is this lotus, the Manipura lotus. You begin to feel or hear or even see your Sankalpa awakening from the center of the inverted red triangle. And it reverberates through your whole being, sealing in the potency and the warmth of this practice. And all that energy gathers and seals. You feel it sinking into your solar plexus. There for you anytime you need to access it, anytime you have doubt or shame, or you're struggling with power over, power under. You're struggling to act. You can gather your attention deep in your solar plexus into all of the energy sealed and stored here in this lotus. It is always here for you to tap into whenever you need connection. You are always protected. You are always empowered by the fire in your belly. And you rest in that knowing, letting everything else go. As this practice of Yoga Nidra for the fire full moon and the Manipura chakra is now complete. As always, you're welcome to stay and rest and just come into a nap. Or if you'd like to continue to move into your afternoon, just start to breathe into your belly. Breathe into your belly and maybe bring back some movement or stretch. Feel your core. You can just roll to one side. There's no rush. Just try to keep that awareness of your body as you bring yourself up to sit. Maybe again, placing your hands over your solar plexus, rocking, shifting, and hopefully just feeling that fire. And please make sure to check out the full moon tonight and tomorrow. Maybe light a candle. You can continue to visualize the yantra or your own personal symbol or sankalpa. And if you'd like, we'll finish by toning the seed sound of this chakra, the sound of Ram. Take a big breath in. And thank you so much for joining me today. Many full moon blessings. Hari Om Tat Sat. And I bow to you. Thank you. Thank you so much.